We have the raised bed garden all planted up, and there are lots of annuals and perennials in here. We finally got our little dining table set up. We've been fighting the birds for use of the space. You can hear them, they're upset that we're out here. They're so mad. They're talking back and forth. But it's looking really beautiful. My favorite thing in here is the clematis, and we'll have to do a little close-up and show you how beautiful it is. I have to get a couple trellises for it to grow on, but other than that, it's looking amazing. These are my perennials that were moved from in front of our little flower cottage last year. This is their first year to bloom out after they were transplanted. And you can see the great success. We have delphinium blooming like crazy. The salvia is going nuts. The only thing I was a little disappointed about was the lady's mantle, and it was a little shorter and less bushy than I expected it to be. But next year, right? Mm-hmm. The Baptisia looks amazing. All of that special coreopsis that you guys saw, if you've been watching our earlier videos, it's actually planted in the last row, 2 rows down the way, and it's looking phenomenal. Our annual field is starting to bloom out. The next thing we have in here is snapdragons. But now that ranunculus are done, I don't know what we're gonna use for bouquets this week. I hope everybody likes snapdragons. What do you think?
I think we'll find things. There's always treasures to be found. Once we start looking, we end up finding a tremendous amount of flowers.
We say it's like a little bit like an Easter egg hunt this time of year, just kind of hunting for the flowers that we're going to use for bouquets. But yes, we will be able to find them because there are a ton of things blooming in a bunch of different places. Let's show them the annual field. We actually saw our first queen lime orange blooming, and Adam's like, "Ooh, what is this? It's amazing." We weeded the Lysianthus today. It's looking a little bit of a mess, but we need to just sweep out the sides of the rows and a nice rainfall, and they'll be all cleaned up again. We're ready to get the entire annual field weeded, and then we're going to put it on our consistent every 2-week weeding schedule. These are more Lysianthus. They're a little bit bigger because they've been in the ground a little bit longer. These look like a hot mess because they need to be weeded, but one thing Adam and I both saw when we came in here tonight is like, what is in here? What are the deer eating? They're coming in and nibbling off the heads off of this flower. They're coming in and eating all of the Tweedia. And I'm like, no, not my special stuff. But the deer always find something that we are not expecting them to eat every single year. And this is the thing this year, right?
Yep, they always find something delicious.
Adam had a hard day today because the tractor got stuck.
I know, I was talking about, we need to film more, and this would have been like total drama footage, getting the tractor stuck. It's one of those like thumbnail things.
I didn't even know the tractor got stuck, but he had a whole day. We did completely different tasks today. I did a bunch of office work, and Adam was out here busting his butt out in the field.
Well, I thought for sure I was going to have to call in help for this tractor, and I engineered a way out of the junk around me to get the tractor unstuck. I was so happy. I was very proud.
He was ready to phone a friend, and he didn't have to do that, thank goodness. They bail you out a lot though, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do.
This is one of my dahlia cutting fields. I just got it planted up this week. I still have one more thing to plant with all of my dahlia cuttings, and that's the high tunnel. We're just getting ready to flip the high tunnel out from ranunculus into our dahlia cuttings. I'm expecting to do that on or around July 1st. So I have a few more weeks. Adam's pushing me to do it earlier though, so we'll see what happens. We've had water because it has been so incredibly dry, but this is where our dahlias are planted, and it's been nonstop watering, which has been kind of a pain, right?
Yeah.
So dry.
But these haven't even popped up yet. But this is a great example to show that it's, what, a week or so into June, and our dahlias still haven't popped up yet,
Yeah.
But they will, and they'll bloom, and we'll have tons of flowers.
These arrived a little bit later. They arrived at the end of May, And we got them in as soon as possible, but they haven't been in the ground for very long. The rest of our dahlias are coming up, but these are just a little bit behind them. Our lavender is starting to bloom, and typically it blooms mid-June through mid-July. We have a little friend with us tonight. But it's blooming a little bit earlier than usual, which is great by us. We actually have a ton of events geared around the lavender in bloom coming up. So this is spectacular, and we're ready to make some essential oil. I'm speaking for myself. It's really your task though, isn't it?
I'm ready to make it. I'm ready to science it up.
Yeah, you're nerd out with all your science stuff.
Our wildflower field is starting to bloom here. That's clover. But that strip there, and you can't really see much now. It's actually pretty colorful off camera. But once you point the camera at it, there's not a whole lot there. But there's a lot of larkspur and poppies, bachelor's buttons.
Let's give them a close-up look at it. And we basically think like a week and a half to 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, week.
Within a week, this thing will be like blooming like crazy.
It's gonna explode. I can't wait to do more videos in here. We have lots of photography rentals on the farm coming up, and this is gonna be the ultimate spot to get some photos. I had a surprise for Adam. More trees!
Yeah.
He was
Well,
excited.
I actually was excited. These arrived yesterday, so we replaced the trees that were destroyed in the tornado, our beautiful tree alley, flowering trees. And Jen got 4 extra, 4 to grow on. So we
Well, we got
added to
we
it.
replaced 5
Replaced 5.
and got 4 new
Got
ones.
4. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So
They're
that was
really pretty.
that was my task for the day, and I can do it mostly with the tractor, but my guys came and helped me finish it up, get it all smoothed out and mulched and everything.
You can see how stellar it looks though. The trees are there and then they're perfectly mulched all around them. I'm really proud of the work that you did back
So
here.
if I look tired in this video, these trees, I don't know, these trees are the reason.
You're a good guy. Good job.
Trees. So. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
Adam,
nice.
actually the story goes, Adam's actually really exhausted right now. He didn't want to do a video. Guess who made him come out? Because I thought you guys wanted to see an update of how beautiful the farm is. It is looking incredible.
See, we just need like a filmmaker kid or something.
We just need somebody to follow us around.
We need a filmmaker intern to follow us around, because they could have got me stuck on the tractor today, and the joyous occasion of me rescuing my tractor from being stuck.
There were no words that you spoke back there, right? You were all like clean language and all that stuff. It would be PG for TV, right?
Oh yeah, that's me. When we'll have to do another glamping tent tour of how the glamping tent looks this year, just with a couple of improvements every year. But it has been, people have been really enjoying it this year. Well, they enjoy it every year, but we just get a kick out of people staying on the farm, enjoying the farm.
Adam and I took a little walk back here to take a peek at the trees earlier, and one thing we saw was, and it was surprising to me, all of the birds were flying up to the new trees and checking them out, and they were like talking to each other. We were seeing all kinds of different birds. So apparently it's a big thing if we get new trees on the farm. The birds all want to come check it out because they're very curious.
Well, a woodpecker landed on one of the new trees and took a piece of fruit.
Yeah,
And flew off.
we loved it. It was a big red-headed woodpecker. We'll have to look up the right name for what it is exactly.
It's a red-headed woodpecker.
Yeah, it looked like Woody the woodpecker.
Yeah.
It was so pretty. And then it flew off into the woods. And this is the high tunnel looking a little tired. These are all the ranunculus that are getting ready to get pulled out. We're actually going to pull them this year and save them. Adam doesn't know it yet, so shh. And then we'll end up putting the dahlia cuttings in here that I talked about. We need to come in with the wheel hoe and weed these out, but these are sunflowers. And Adam actually hooked up the fence tonight to get them protected from the deer. We were seeing that they were coming in and eating the tops right off of the plant. Vera's pollinator patch is looking great. It did come back a little bit more patchy than I thought it would. I'm missing some liatris and some butterfly weed. So for those plants, I may have to come in here and do a little bit of replacement, but You see all of the beautiful white yarrow. There's a lot of echinacea, coneflower in here. The orangium is going strong. And there's even some sage in here that looks absolutely incredible. You might wonder what this white bloom is. This is actually Adam's cover crop. It is radishes that are going to seed, which I don't know if I'm happy or sad about, but for right now, it makes a really beautiful kind of wildflower look. And we've been tucking these little blooms of the radish into bouquets, and they look absolutely gorgeous. Our woody perennials in front of our event space are just going crazy. They're growing into each other, and quite frankly, we might have to end up transplanting every other one to make a little bit of room. But I love this solid, clean look they provide, almost like a hedge, and they're just looking gorgeous. And here's the special treat for me. This is a major honeydew item. Our event space finally has some light fixtures. Adam got these installed. We just need to hook up the electrical on the inside, but they look really sharp and just one less thing he has on his honeydew. Here is this gorgeous clematis that I'm a little obsessed with. It's so, so beautiful. I can't wait for it to get bigger. The roses are blooming and I am totally here for it. I love this beautiful blush color. This is Quietness. It's a J. Griffith Buck rose and it just goes crazy every year. I've already lost Adam, so I'm gonna close without him. But I wanted to say I hope you all have enjoyed today's video and seeing some of the progress that's going on the farm. If y'all liked today's video, please like and subscribe. And as always, leave a comment below. Thanks for joining today and happy growing.